So good evening, everyone. I want to welcome all of you on behalf of ICAE. I'm Almas and I'll be your host for this session today. Uh, I want to thank Shalom Hills International School, especially Bhupinder ma'am, for coordinating with us for this session. And I want to thank all the university reps for taking their time out for this session. So I have few instructions for the students. I guess you might be knowing these instructions as we did yesterday. We'll be having short university introductions, and then we'll move on to the breakout rooms where you can spend 35 to 40 minutes and visit all the university breakout rooms to get all your questions resolved. So I want to invite Bhupinder ma'am to say a few words. I'm over to you.
Yeah. Good evening, Almas ma'am, and all my dear panelists. I'm so happy and glad because it's second day and we're going to conclude the event. And definitely, I'm expecting a good number because today it was a bit a tough day for me to go and interact with every student to make them understand the opportunity that they are getting under one platform to interact with panelists from different universities, nothing like that. And I'm wonderful having a good experience through ICAE. And definitely I would like to give my all gratitude as well as I'm too thankful to Almas ma'am as well as Nazir sir for arranging such kind of educational fairs for the schools. Thank you so much and over to you, Almas ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. So very quickly, I'll start with the university introductions and then we'll move on to the breakout room sessions. So I would like to invite Mr. Shaurya from Ashoka University. Shaurya, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Almas. Thanks, Ms. Kaur. Such a pleasure to be here today. My name is Shaurya. I work with Ashoka University. I'm just quickly going to share my screen for just a second to share just this one slide before we go into the breakout room. So I'm sure you can see my screen. Like I said, my name is Shaurya. I work with Ashoka University. I work with the outreach team at Ashoka, and this is our main work that we do is spread the message of Ashoka, what we have to offer, the meaning behind Ashoka, and how you can what all you can get out of Ashoka as well. So for those of you who don't know about Ashoka University, we are a liberal education university located in Sonipat in the Rajiv Gandhi Education City. And the main aim behind the university when the founders got together to start the university was to have an institution in India at par with the foreign universities all around the world, liberal education universities, and to create and nurture future leaders. So that was the main motive behind forming Ashoka. And also the philanthropic message that goes across in the admissions process that we have. We have a need-based financial aid that works really well with the philanthropic message that Ashoka has. So, only on the basis of need do you get the financial help, and we don't talk about any finances at any point before we give you a full offer. So that's pretty much it. And when we go out to the breakout rooms, I'll discuss more about what liberal education is according to us, the kind of courses that we have to offer, different things that you can do in Ashoka, and what happens after Ashoka as well. So thanks a lot. Looking forward to having a nice session here.
Thank you, Shaurya. Thank you very much. So moving on to the next university, I would like to invite Meenu ma'am from Kriya University. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Almas. And I'm Meenu Arora. I'm the Assistant Director Outreach for Kriya University. I will just share my screen. So Kriya University is basically a liberal arts and sciences university. We are located in Sri City, which is 70 kilometers away from the Chennai airport. And Kriya University has basically two schools, CIAS, that is the School of Interwoven Arts and Sciences, and IFMR, which is the Graduate School of Business, and it gives the MBA degree for the past 20 years. IFMR as an institute is 50 years old. So if I talk about the USPs for Kriya, it's the people, the governing council, the academic council, the faculty who are a part of Kriya. And we have various partnerships with universities and industries for the internships. You will find a lot of diversity on Kriya campus in terms of geographical region from where the students have joined and in terms of their diverse talents. So you will have a very unique experience at Kriya while talking to them. Also, Kriya, pioneers in the interwoven learning model. Interwoven learning model is based on the interdisciplinary model, and of course, when you visit the breakout room, I will explain that what this interwoven learning model means. The basis of interwoven learning model is that it prepares you with the education as well as the skills which are required for industry 4.0 or for the future. And immersive learning experience is given by inviting industrial leaders and by giving you internships. We offer BA honors and BSc honors courses. It's 3+1. You get the undergrad degree after 3 years. The fourth year is the optional year for those students who want to join any postgrad program, in foreign universities, and they want the fourth year, they can always join. Of course, there is a separate selection process for that, which is open to all the students from other universities also. Along with this, a very unique feature of Kriya is that we have research centers like JPAL, LEAD, iWage, and CDFI. And these research centers not only do researches in the field of sciences, but they have a lot of research projects in the area of interdisciplinary approach, where you will see how humanities, commerce, and sciences, they weave into each other. And we have a lot of projects in the area of finance and economics and social studies. And these are the major minor combinations. So we have 12 majors at the moment, 15 minors and 4 joint majors. We do have concentration also, so you can have major, minor, and a concentration. The main feature regarding this is that there is no prerequisite to join any of these majors. So if you don't have maths, in your high school, that's perfectly fine with us. You can still go for economics or other courses, even physics. And also in the first year, you don't need to declare your major minor combination. You just come and do the foundation course, and then you declare your major minor combination. This is our admission process. It is a 2-stage admission process, online application followed by KIC. And I'm more than happy to explain it in detail when you visit us in the breakout room. Thank you so much, Almas.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for such lovely presentation. So moving on from one liberal arts university to other, I would like to invite Ms. Neha Verma from Flame University. Neha, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Almas. Sorry, there's some technical problem at my end today. Good evening, everyone. And my name is Neha Verma. I represent Flame University, which stands for Foundation for Liberal and Management Education. Very proudly, I can say that we are one of the pioneers of liberal education in India, in fact, the ones to introduce. And this university is situated in Pune. It's a beautiful 75-acre campus with all world-class amenities. So very quickly, I'm going to just share my screen and inform you about the subjects that we offer at Flame University. So is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay.
Now it's there.
Yes. So we offer various kind of degree courses, which varies from BA to BA honors to BSc, BSc honors, BBA, BBA communication management. So we offer basically, 22 majors and 22 minors, out of which you can, make about 300 plus unique major minor combinations. And apart from this, you can also offer, take dance, music, theater, and design. But these can only be taken up as minors. So we also believe in experiential learning program. That's why our program structure is divided into basically 4 parts: the foundation courses, specialization courses, experiential learning courses, and open elective courses. So, at Flame University, the first year is the foundation year, where each one of you who gets into Flame, has to do these foundation courses. There are 8 foundation courses which vary from academic writing to financial literacy to public speaking and debate, environmental studies, introduction to applied ethics. And apart from that, you also need to choose a minimum courses from these 5 universes of knowledge. So students, you don't have to be very sure about what courses you want to take up before joining, because once you join, there is one full year that will be given to you for research and study. And then you will be deciding with the help of mentors. So there's a student mentor, there's a faculty mentor that, you know, allows you to and helps you to rather decide where actually your interest lies in. And then towards the end of first year, that's the time when you will be declaring your majors and minors. So these yellow dots are the possible unique combinations that one can make. Like with a psychology major, one can do a finance minor, or maybe with a journalism major, one can do an operations minor, or let's say with a finance, a finance major, one can take up a filmmaking minor or a design minor. So these are the kind of unique options. And then every student has to do a experiential learning program as well. So in the semester one, summer of year one, everybody will be doing a developmental activities program where one has to work with an NGO and understand the proper functioning and the reason behind an NGO. Then in the semester 4, everybody has to do a Discover India program where the students undertake field research projects. And then in the summer of year 2, everyone has to do a summer internship program. So this is basically a 3 plus 1 year program where the 4th year is optional. You can just it's up to you whether you want to take up the 4th year or no. So talking about the admission process, there are 3 parts. One is the online aptitude test, which is a 2-hour online aptitude test followed by an online essay and a one-way video interview. Any student who has a very good SAT or ACT score can skip this part, but you need to appear for the other 2. So I'll be very happy to answer any of your queries in the breakout room. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you very much. So now moving on to the next university, I would like to invite Ms. Saryu from Plaksha. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Hope all of you are safe and healthy. Thank you, Almas, for having us here. Just let me take a moment to share my screen. I am Saryu. I represent Plaksha University. Plaksha is an upcoming university in the Chandigarh Tri-City area. The aim of Plaksha is to truly reimagine tech education. As is probably visible from my screen, the 4 majors that we offer are truly interdisciplinary and cutting edge in their design and nature, and are not the traditional engineering majors that we see. The reason being, education, the technology is evolving while education is not. And as we said that we are reimagining tech education, we truly are. All these curriculum are designed keeping in mind the needs of the industry. Since Plaksha was anyway born in a corporate setup, it was designed keeping in mind what the industry needs are today and what they will look like in future, and how we can make these engineering graduates adaptable to change and the ability to upskill themselves as and when technology evolves. So the 4 majors that we offer are computer science and AI. It has a computer science core with elements of AI like machine learning, natural intelligence, HCIs, neuro-linguistic programming. All of this is done to ensure that now AI is just not one course that you study, but you understand how CS and AI integrate, and what is the scope of the field, the possibilities and the probabilities, all of that. Then we offer robotics and cyber physical systems. This draws from electrics, electronical, a little bit of CS, and mechanical together, again, with elements of robotics, autonomous systems, Internet of Things, sensors, cyber physical systems. Again, the entire curriculum is designed to help you understand the overlaps and how these technologies come together to solve the problems of the world with robotics and cyber physical systems, because as we go ahead, these are only going to increase the presence of robotics in our life. So when we think of robots, it's not just giant robots that walk around, but even maybe nano robots and robotic enabled systems that will also probably be aided with AI. Then we have something which is called biological systems engineering. I don't think probably anyone is offering this major. This major has been designed to take on the grand challenges that face the 21st century. 20th century challenges were mainly to do with the field of physics, and that's what we overcame. But now we are in a place where the greatest challenges that we face are biological, whether it is climate change, whether it is environment impact, food security, healthcare. And I think we've seen with enough with healthcare and the kind of work that is needed in the coming decades to cope up with what awaits us, the adaptability and how quickly, like for the first time in the history of humankind, vaccines were developed in 9 months of a pandemic. And again, these just a fun fact: the vaccines were not developed by doctors but by engineers. And so, these are the kind of collaborative, the intersectional points that we are looking at, quantitative system biology, computation, and this principally will draw from all disciplines of engineering, right? And so for the first 3 disciplines, that is CS and AI, robotics, biosystems engineering, you only need maths and physics in your class 12. The last major that we offer, data science, business, economics. So I want to make it clear at outset that you only require maths. So even if you're studying humanities or commerce, but you have studied maths up to class 12, please feel free to apply for data science, economics, and business. So the core, again, is data science, which is interwoven with business studies and economics major, micro, and everything else that comes with it. The reason being, data science is the spine of, the backbone of almost all businesses, how they stand and operate today, whether it's investment banking, whether it's fintech, any large corporates, data science is the key. So, parts of digital transformation, financial engineering, policy development, it is going to be the foundation of almost everything that is done. That said, we have partnerships with the University of California, Berkeley, Purdue, SRI, and IIT Kanpur. Purdue and Berkeley have been a major academic partners, as in the entire curriculum that is being taught at Plaksha has been designed at Berkeley and Purdue. SRI are research partners, all the research spaces, their design, the tangents they're supposed to take, the kind of equipment, enabling bios, all of them has been designed in consultation with SRI. IIT Kanpur, again, are partners for research. So we look at faculty exchange and, collaborative research projects. So this is all for now. I will see you all in the breakout room, and whatever questions I'll ask, I'll happily answer there. Thank you so much. Thanks, Almaz.
Thanks, Sayu. Thank you very much. So last but not the least, I would like to invite Mr. Shailendra Singh from OP Jindal Global University. Shailendra, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Almas. I'm sharing my screen. Is my screen visible? Thank you. Very good evening, everyone. My name is Shailendra and I'm representing OP Jindal Global University. We are located in Sonipat, Delhi NCR. We have been ranked as the #1 private university in social sciences, arts and humanities by QS ranking agency. And we have also been selected under the Institution of Eminence by the central government. So I will not get into the details of the accolades of the university. I'll quickly come to the programs that we are offering. So we are offering, now it is 19, not 18. We have introduced BCom LLB also. So the programs that we are offering is BA LLB, BBA LLB, BBA plus MBA, which is the integrated program, BBA Honors, BA Legal Studies, BA Global Affairs, BA Political Science, BA Economics, BA Social Science and Policy, BA Liberal Arts and Humanities, Journalism and Media Studies, Environment Studies, Entrepreneurship and Finance, Psychology and Counseling, BCom Honors, BA ARC, BA Built Environment Studies, BA Design, and I said a new program, BCom LLB also. Coming to the admission process for law program and for the architect program, it's a different process. For law, we accept only the LSAT India score. The students who are interested for applying law, they should appear for the LSAT India. We do not accept CLAT score. And for BR, the student has to sit for the NATA examination and share the NATA score with us. For rest of the programs, it is the holistic admission process. There are no prerequisites. It's a 3-step online process. The first step is the application, where you need to go online, fill in the application and submit it. The second is the entrance test called JSAT, Jindal Scholastic Aptitude Test. In case if you are if you have given your SAT examination and if you're eligible through the SAT test, then you don't need to give JSAT. And the third and the final step is the interview round with the faculty. So that's all. In case if you have any query and you need to know more about the programs and the offerings, the scholarships, you can meet me in the breakout room. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shailendra. Thank you very much. So as we are done with the university introductions, I'll be opening the breakout rooms for you. The instructions to join the breakout rooms is there in the chat box. And if you have any query or any problem joining the breakout room, you can always talk to me in the chat box. So there's one request from my side. Please do visit all the universities there and get the maximum information.
Almas, I'm unable to see the breakout room.
Yes, Almas, even I can't see the breakout room.
I'm just opening it. Yeah, so I just want everyone to switch on their cameras. So I just take a group photograph for your school. Can everyone switch on their cameras, please?
Students, to please turn on your cameras, everyone. I'm still waiting from others.
Thank you very much. So thank you, Vipindra ma'am, for this lovely session we had today, and all the university reps for taking their precious time out to resolve all the queries of the students. And I hope we'll have many more such sessions in the coming months. Thank you very much once again, and goodbye for now. Thank you, students, for joining us, and
Thank
stay
you, ma'am.
safe
Thank
and
you,
healthy,
teacher.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Almas. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.